Brothers and sisters, thank you so much for your time today. We are going to make it America because we see the truth that God lives in our land. He upholds us with the right arm of his strength, and he's the light up on the life of the people. Even those who don't believe, you know he's the sovereign God, and you know that there's a certain way that things are made and created and are supposed to exist so they could do their best work, their best beauty. We could redeem all things. All creation could heal itself of God's pure substance of creation, not a secondary being like the vaccinations or the transgender. Then you have troubles because it's a secondary being. Because they made, for example, the vaccination in the lab, so it's a secondary being, so you don't know all the contraindications of what's going to happen. But opposed to if it was a natural disease, we know the periodical table, how those elements change over a period of time because of our experiences. But because it's a secondary being of the vaccination made to kill the people, we cannot, babies, take vaccinations, okay? And we need to vote in to have other people on world health control. That's why, brothers and sisters, we need to have vote in Trump. It's not that his name is Trump and that he's a great man. No, he puts America first, okay? And no one's perfect. No one's perfect because we can't have socialistic and fascist country when we did with our other president. And the other president, we know who that was, our recent president, fascist and socialistic. Spinoza says that if you try to change the organs within a body, it's very difficult to live if you change all the organs, especially the heart. And in the country of America, we cannot change the organs of our beautiful capitalism with a touch of socialism to empower the people. But we could evolve to a better America. Even though people said we've evolved, we could evolve to a better America because we are young, because God is ever living. God renews all things. And when we have God in our life, even if you don't believe in God, you know there's a better equation that helps better than a bad equation, correct? So if we work on the better equation of bringing truth for America first, we could deliver and restore our America so fast because of the technology, in the global powers, global economy, globalization. And I told you this about in my book and my work. Those are things that we have to take in consideration. It's not like 20 years ago, just Russia and America, like President Reagan said. We have other political powers that we need to be careful of. And that's why I've been asking you for years. You look up my work. So I beg you, brothers and sisters, God is first. And that's how we're going to make it. God is first. Put God first in your life. And the more we grow, the more we have problems trying to do that. So we have to forgive each other when we're not perfect. So God is first. Otherwise, our children won't have a home. They'll be controlled by robotic actions. You can look in my work. It says in my work, my name is Lisa Luciarden, robotic actions, controls in every way. So we need to first put God in our heart first and ask for him to guide us and then to love our neighbor. And that's difficult. I know I'm in a box area where they attack me all the time. Then we need to vote Trump because Trump happens to be the one that cares about America. And then in all our communities, we have to vote conservative values to protect the children. We need to protect the borders right away because we all have security, correct? We all try to lock our cars, lock our doors, everything. We lock this, we lock that. But when the borders are open, anything can come through. And one thing that's good, even though we know that many of our enemies are in our country, so perhaps they won't be that like tools of war, like nuclear war or guns and bombs, because they're in our country and they don't want to get hurt. So, but they're trying to take us by the silent war of phenolphthalein, the silent war of control of computer systems, silent war of taking our universities, the silent war of trying to take our businesses, the silent war working together, unfortunately, even though they tried to save our properties, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are three companies that own like 81% of the S&P and all our land. We have to ask and pray for them to bring and let the people have homes again. And we could laugh, but they will eventually have a backlash, because in 10 to 20 years or 30 years, if they can't exchange business within their country and have better contracts outside internationally, they'll go down. They'll have all these houses just sitting, correct? And then these apartments that they put everybody in. So they want to make this country a third world country. You have to understand, that's why they had a plan to bring all the immigrants. And do you know all those immigrants they brought, my brother? I'm an immigrant. You know the immigrants they brought? Those are billionaires that they brought from other countries. Don't you get it? And those billionaires have so much money and they hold all their money and don't give it to their people. I'm an immigrant too. But we need to make a plan for the immigrants since they're already here. We need to make a plan. And it's not fun. It's a very serious thing. I don't know whether it's true, that there's millions and millions of immigrants. And one out of every four immigrant is abused. But they use those immigrants, don't you get it, to make it a third world country. Because they want to take our country. And if you want to live in a Cuba in 10 to 20 years, we don't want to have a Cuba. We want to have freedom for our people. But we can make this work. We could give jobs to the immigrants. We could build our country, correct? Yes, we could see who are the criminals of the immigrants. Okay? And to make sure that they don't put drugs in our country, because thousands and thousands of people have died from phenylphine. Or we could take all the immigrants and bring them back to their country, which we should, and work on inner businesses with the billionaires to build businesses, even if we bring them back step by step to build businesses here in America and their country. Because otherwise it's called a genogram. Year after year, we use immigrants for the abuse of our own. One out of every four abused, and they're using children and immigrants for harvesting right now, abuse for children. They're using for pagan rituals. They're using for science. They're using to kill completely the bodies to kill, and they're also using for work that they enslave them. So we need to vote freedom. And the immigrants are already here, but they had them here because they want to vote Democrat. You know, they want to vote Democrat, of course. And then they're trying to make IDs. Okay. Okay, thank you. Sorry.